I'm alive again. Come on, Jason. God called him back to us. Off with a nice joke because. Oh, right back there. I promised Brett that I would. So, here we go. What is a pirate's favorite fast food restaurant?
Arby's.
You guys would think that, but it's actually Long John Silver's. Yeah, as you guys heard from Patrick, I got my rec on January 9th, and it was just kind of like 2 full weeks of like a semi-comatose state. Like, I like pop up and say something, or just do something completely bizarre. I would have that. And it was just kind of like, it wasn't until like January 22nd where I kind of was starting to snap back and like realize like what happened. Like, I even asked my parents like, if today is January 22nd, like where did all this time go? Like there was 13 full days. Like, did I just like take the longest nap ever? I didn't really question much, but it kind of took me a while to ask myself, how am I going to recover from this? And it was through complete trust in God. To overcome tragedy, you need 4 things. And numero uno. Is to pray like Jesus. A reading from the book of Luke. After withdrawing about a stone's throw from them and kneeling, he prayed, saying, Father, if you are willing, take this cup away from me. Still, not my will, but yours be done. And to strengthen him, an angel from heaven appeared to him. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise the Lord Jesus Christ.
Honestly, if I would have read that like the first day of getting back, I would have been like, yeah, I should just not try and plan things to be my way. I should let it be God's. Like, it'd be simple. Whatever God has planned for us is nowhere close to what we have planned for ourselves. And it took me the absolute longest time to realize that. God wouldn't put us through anything that we couldn't find joy or happiness out of. Numero dos. God never gives you anything you can't handle. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans. Corinthians. Therefore, that I may not become too elated, a thorn in the flesh was given to me, an angel of Satan, to beat me, to keep me from being too elated. 3 times I begged the Lord about this, that it might leave me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for power is made perfect in weakness. I will rather boast most gladly of my weaknesses, in order that the power of Christ may dwell in me. With me. So yeah, that kind of came to my mind one of the days when I was recovering, because first off, I'd much rather take a thorn in my side than a car wreck. So there's that. And it was kind of His grace is sufficient for us. I've been to youth group numerous times to hear the classic Your Grace is Enough. So that song was kind of so great for me. And then I've found a lot of weaknesses in myself because of this. and I've kind of not fully in a way I have rejoiced about them because it's the way that God made me, and they're part of the way of how I'm recovering. But I mean, there's nothing like I can do about it. Like, all I can do is just boast and be glad that I got them from God. And numero tres, which is my absolute favorite. God will strengthen you when you ask Him for help. And I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. Just that verse alone is just so powerful to me. It's like the reason why I have that verse on my pinky ring, why I have a shirt that basically explained it, and my biggest motive for helping me get back. In Christ, He gives us all the power that we need. I did not find myself to be a strong person before the wreck, and even after the wreck, it took me 2 or 3 weeks to realize that I was strong, and it was just from this verse. And I kind of set myself like a reminder for my phone every day to read, which was like, great. God thinks you're strong, so you are. God wouldn't give you anything you can't handle. You are still alive for a reason, God's reason. You are loved. Don't forget that. People do care for you and love you. Don't let the wreck control what you can and can't do. You can do anything you want. You can do all things through Christ. Philippians 4:13 with a nice winky face. Everyone else has believed in you. Now it's your turn to believe in yourself. God will give you everything. That's kind of a typo. That's not very on my part. God will give you everything you need when you need it, not when you want it. Most importantly, there are good things that will come out of this in due time. Give everything to God, and He will take care of you. There was that. And then, last one, numero quattro. Make your suffering a prayer. I urge you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God, your spiritual worship. And that is from the nice letter of St. Paul to the Romans. It was kind of good for me because I found things that I was suffering, about. I think that makes sense. I had to withdraw from school. I did not get inducted into household this semester. Otherwise, I would have patches on this, and I'd have a really cool servant name. But I'll just get an even cooler one when I get back. My recovery process was just not fun. And I think like one of the worst things in it was not getting to go on the March for Life. And that's what really hurt me because all I could do was just kind of lift up in prayer those that I started to look at the positives that came out of this. I'm just gonna go with my favorites. One of these all. I got a hug from Father Adam. That guy is just on the most opposite spectrum of me when it comes to hugs. Like, I'm like a 10 for hugs, and he's like a -10. If that. There was getting to come back and help out with the Amazon youth group, which was awesome. So I figured I was done. I was going stupid though, but I was wrong. And I got a bunch of free food. Like that could not be any better. There was getting to be back in town for the baptism of Gianna Faustina. We're spending the fun time with Patrick and Brad. What else? The fun time I got to spend with my family and friends from here that weren't at school, or I don't don't know what I was gonna say after that orifice. Oh my. Hashtag brain injury vibes. So yeah, what I could do was I could just offer those sufferings to God as a prayer for my recovery, for the people that need it more than me, for those that prayed for me, for Patrick and his family, for Brad and his family, includes Megan. Shout out. For one of my household brothers' dads who had a heart attack, for one of my best friends at school, Eugene, who got into the church. So, yeah. For this is awkward because I can't. Oh, I think I see her. For my best friend Elizabeth. Thank you everyone from over there to over there and in between for all the cards or like sending me a video message, because that really helped me recover, and it meant a lot because it kind of showed me how much I mean to you guys and how much you guys care for me. And that's about it. So peace.